Mhm.
Did a lot of murders.
I would sure hope so. Um, yeah. So last we ended off basically in the middle of this fight with a lot of you guys kind of on the receiving end of a few a few good blows. Um, eventually we had a hilarious moment in which Lunt had hopped off a tree. Uh, what was it? Got featherfalled onto Rourke's shoulders and just
Oh yeah.
set and just blew up the back end of his gun. Um, the gun, in
Yeah.
fact, it was a natural 20 to ensure no damage was had to the gun. And that had left a singular goblin standing, no word of a lie, who had then just looked at you guys, raised both hands, a big old grin on his face, and just like, mind the trap. Um, and that's where we had left off. Uh, in this moment here, basically, all of you guys are now kind of gathered within essentially 30 feet of this absolute melee bloodbath that had occurred. Um, the goblin just kind of like standing there, hands up, being, no weapons in hand, just like big, like, friends, nervous grin, style thing on his face. As you guys now kind of gauge how you want to approach this here.
Friends talk.
He is this. We talk. We talk. Uh, would you like to come in? Uh, we have tea and cookies. He kind of continues to wear this dumb old kind of like grin-looking thing on his face. He's like, uh, is it okay? Um, welcome to uh the Thorn Thickets. Uh, we are very glad to have you here.
Not the
Uh,
warmest of welcomes, but
uh, no, it was a very warm welcome. Yes.
I
Are you?
suppose there was a lot of fire.
Is there? Can we help you somehow? He kind of continues to kind of like smile as big as he can here.
Yeah, we were just hoping to talk. As I told your scout, there were some issues at the. Looking at my notes. What's the company called?
Azra,
Oh yeah, at the Azra Corp.
Trading.
Azra Trading Corp, and it was Goblin Assassins, and that kind of pointed us to you. We were just happy to ask about it.
This is fair. This is fair. Or is there? Can we help you then somehow? What can we help you with? Is he kind of like still
Yeah.
like continues to wear the stupid grin while like kind of eyeing all the bodies around him a little bit before kind of turning back to you guys?
Did the Thorn Thickets accept a contract like that?
The Thorn Thickets likely accept contracts. Yes.
Did they accept that contract?
You would have to ask the boss. I don't think I can give that information out.
Are you sure?
Please don't tell me the boss is one of these. And I kind of gesture to the corpses.
He kind of looks. Yeah, he's like, no, we are just, we're not the boss.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, he goes. We are not the boss. We just take. I just take orders from the boss. The boss then takes, orders from people who need our work. And then we do jobs. Yeah. That's us. I guard the area. Make sure that there are no unwanted intruders. You're obviously very welcome guests.
Obviously.
Well then, how about we go for a little walk and you give us a meeting with your boss?
Okay. As he kind of like, which way would you like to walk? Do you want to come in?
The way that has no traps.
He kind of goes. He then kind of like, he kind of goes, okay, and then just kind of turns around and starts slowly walking, back the way that he had come, and just kind of, takes a relatively leisurely pace to kind of, it's just like, you can kind of tell that he's like incredibly stiff right now. He still has a larger like part of him that seems to have like many scrapes from where that explosion had kind of occurred. But otherwise, this guy he kind of just like walks almost robotically towards a general direction here. Okay, yeah, that's fair. He kind of keeps walking, and as he continues to walk through deeper and deeper into this thicket area, you guys are able to kind of notice that it's built almost maze-like in a way. There's a very clear path, but it looks like the way that they have it built, there's just certain areas that just lead to slight dead ends. They're not hidden really, but it just, it's a walled off area. And as you guys continue to kind of walk through, and it gets denser and denser, the kind of trees and the surrounding vines, the surrounding barbs, all seem to close in just a little bit more, until such a point as he kind of like he gets to this area where it's almost like another archway, sort of a sort of thing with that just spans over top of an area that it's that he kind of then just says, mind the trap," and then just kind of ducks his head, and then walks on through into what looks like some sort of an opening clearing area. You got, you guys all kind of saunter right on in, and as you do so, you guys now see that there's a large open area here, pretty much like open to the sky as well, with several trees of varying sizes that kind of surround the area. But in the very center of here, you guys can see that it looks like there are like workbenches, fires, things like that. People, you guys can hear as they walk from one side to another side, and then as they're doing whatever it is they are doing here, seemingly almost like a small village, they turn as several strangers walk into this area. And as they do, almost all of them instantly kind of stop moving and just stare at all of you. Kind of quick just kind of like quick overview of like kind of the variety of people that you see here. You can see that obviously a large population of goblins. There seems to be in here, hobgoblins in here as well. You guys can see that there is the odd, very like what looks like a very scrawny humans and some incredibly scrawny elves as well. Um, and they all just kind of like in the middle of whatever they're doing, just stop and stare directly in your guys' direction, as if they had seen a ghost. And the little goblin in front of you guys just says, "These are visitors. They are warmly welcomed here. Please feel free to carry on." Uh,
I
Um,
That's your department, big guy.
and he's like, yes.
I don't. To be fair, I don't think now is the right time for them to be discussing this.
He kind of just like looks around. And he's like, there was unfortunate incident with traps outside. We no. As everybody here just it continues to just like not move and just stare at what was happening. Everybody here seems incredibly on edge, with kind of you guys kind of just sauntering in essentially at the moment. And you're kind of yes. Uh, give me. Let me see here. Give me a recall knowledge. Let's go with I guess society here. Is there a better one? Like what was that that intent one? Where'd that one go? There was sense motive, I guess, is specifically for seeing lies, but I think this is an appropriate thing to do here to kind of like yeah, 10. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, you kind of you look at them for and you can tell that obviously they've all frozen in place. The body language is already a little off. They all look incredibly nervous. Um, Unfortunately, it just doesn't seem like they know what they're afraid of or are nervous about. Um, there seems to be a very tense silence in the air where they're not willing to kind of discuss amongst themselves what's supposed to be happening. So it seems like it's not only just like a nervousness. Oh, there are outsiders who have passed our traps and potentially killed people, but it could even just be oh, what is going on? What are we going to do here?
Are the goblins and hobgoblins reacting the same way as the humans and elves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody here is very like everybody here almost looks like how do you put it? Like deer in the head has the deer in the headlights look
Okay.
to them right now.
Okay.
Your goblin guide kind of just goes, "All right, we are proceeding now. Do not mind. These are warmly welcomed guests who are very welcome here."
I am still severely injured, by the way, so I'm bleeding more than a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, like these, all of these people like are looking not only at the state of your clothing, but also the state that you guys are in. But you guys are kind of continuing. Your guide doesn't seem to give you guys too much time, as he seems pretty eager to just robotically walk a little bit faster through this opening. As you guys are kind of walking through now, and just kind of quickly taking stock of what the situation is. It seems that a lot of these people are kind of like going about their daily routine. A lot of them seem to be packing things into bags. Some seem to be filling jars. Some seem to be. It really just seems like general business that they're going about here. You already know. You guys already have a general idea that these guys perform aggressive activities, I guess. Um, then so I mean this seems generally correct. There's almost like an a for Rich, like you can see that like this is almost like when people are kind of like preparing contraband to an extent, right?
Mm.
They've got like small bags of stuff to help them out and things like that. And even it would work from the way that you're kind of looking around the area. It seems like a very unprepared warband. Yeah, but in the least organized way possible. Like you obviously have participated in combat and combat preparation before. There's often a sense of discipline and urgency, and there's an organized way about it where you break down labor before that point, right? Because obviously everybody has their place. You want, as they say, like aces in their places. You want people doing what they should be doing, packing all these things in one area so that everybody can grab and go, things like that. Like, but here you guys, you can see double ups on different various activities. People who are filling jars over on your right side. You also see that there are people jars filling jars far on your left side. It's not like they have stations for things. It looks like people kind of pack in, for small groups of people, and then just that's their part, as opposed.
More
Yeah,
like
yeah,
disparate groups than, yeah, a unit.
yeah. It feels almost like the worst militia you would ever see. Um, you guys continue kind of waltzing through this area here, and you guys eventually it leads to another set of kind of like archway here, as well as what looks like one solid round door at the very front here. Uh, and the goblin kind of waltzes up to the door and goes, "Uh, hello. We have esteemed guests who wish to speak to our leader, please." The door seems to open ever slightly, and there's another goblin kind of like pokes the head out and says, "We don't have any." Looks past his friend here and just sees the group of you and goes,
I place my foot in a place where the door can't close, just in case.
"Yeah." As you kind of stick that in there quickly, and you guys are kind of all just around this door. He goes, "I see. Yes, esteemed guests. Please come on in." Uh, as the door opens a little wider, and it leads you guys into what looks like an enclosed grove here.
Huh.
The trees around it have really grown over and created a very large layered canopy over this area that kind of blocks out a lot of light. The air in here is damp, dank, and wet. Is as you guys kind of even step in here, there's a distinct difference between um, the lighter kind of grassy outside that you guys had been walking through, where there are patches of missing grass because people tread upon it, and there's kind of like parts of it that have basically turned to dust and gravel. You walk in here, and the grass is full, lush, and a dark green, a lot higher than it is up there as well, and much more dense. As you guys kind of look around the areas on the side, you guys can see that the vines and thorns continue to kind of permeate the area, but now in this area seem to have grown some sort of weird luminescent blooms all around that seem to kind of float in orb-like shapes. Inside, you guys can also see fireflies that seem to zip around, and also large swaths of kind of mushrooms that seem to also be glowing, sitting all around the area. Uh, as you guys kind of take a step in, you guys are also met with the sight of other people um, that are that are in here. You obviously know the goblin that had just answered the door here, but as you guys look to kind of either side of the doorway, there seem to be two very uh, large orcs that seem to just be like leaned up against the door and just kind of watch as you guys enter. As you guys walk in a little further, you guys can also see that there are now there are some more goblins. These ones don't seem nearly as nervous, which I kind of like look or seem to be tending to some of the mushrooms, look over, and then just kind of go back to their work. Some hobgoblins who seem to be working on some of the vines and some of the bramble, but also some elves who just seem to be like, in here as well. And all of these people don't seem to give you that same sense of fear and of like shock um, towards you guys as the others. They quickly glance and then go back to their work. Um, well, if you look at these orcs, they while you know that they are orcs, they seem unrecognizable from any other orcs that you have seen. Um, as you guys kind of continue to walk in here, and the kind of door behind you closes, well framed at the very end of this grove, there's a what looks like a large pond area, and just on the other side of that pond seems to be a very fat, very large goblin.
Nice place you got here.
It looks at you. It is very nice. What brings you here? How did you find your way?
Well, we had an escort, by way of a apology for what we're hoping was a misunderstanding.
I see. Well, you've made it this far, so please come on. Feel free to make yourself at home. We have a wonderful seats right by the edge of this pond here. You guys
I will take a seat.
yeah, you guys make your way over towards the edge there, take a seat. It kind of sits opposite the pond from you guys, on top of what looks like kind of like an overgrown old wooden chair. Anyways, he looks down at you guys and just. And what do we owe the pleasure of this visit?
We had a little run-in at Azra Trading. We weren't here to start any fights. We were just looking for information, some of which pointed us to you, your people, and that it was possible you accepted a contract to cause a disturbance there.
Okay. Anything else?
We want to know who put out that contract and what reason they had.
Who is we?
Me and my team.
By what authority?
Ours.
Oh. Oh, well then excuse me. Sorry, I didn't realize that that you had authority that didn't need to be announced. Okay. So you're looking for so you want to know whether or not we took a contract is basically what you're saying.
Yes.
And if I say yes, then what of?
We want to know who you got that contract from.
And none of that ever needs to be heard outside this room.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And what if I say no?
That could be taken a few different ways.
Yeah.
In a few different ways. Are you looking to demoralize here? Please feel free.
Truth.
You're too cute and cuddly.
He looks. Yeah, you said what you said, and he says, "Speak before the gods every day." I don't think they've taken issue with it. My clan takes contracts. Whether or not we take a contract that matters to you is up to you to decide. But other than that, we don't answer to you.
You got a lot of chaos going outside. Seems your people are worried about something.
The rabble are always worried about something or another. What of it?
Curious what it might be. Looks like they're preparing for a big battle. Very inefficiently, we might add.
Very inefficiently.
The rabble are always inefficient. They do what they need to feel comfort. That's fine by me. Look, do you have official? Are you looking to make make any official accusations? If not, I suggest you take your leave.
We're trying to stay away from official accusations because then things have to go on the books, and we suspect you don't want that.
You can suspect whatever you like. I don't think I've ever had a problem.
So you want it on the books? Because we can go do that. We can go get a warrant and we can actually get that done for you. If that's what you're looking for. Because that's what I'm hearing. That's what you want.
You'll need to find your own proof. You'll need to get your warrants. You'll need to do whatever you need to do.
I mean, we have the proof that that's what brought us here. Obviously, like, did you think we somehow just stumbled upon this place? That seems.
No.
So
Nobody really stumbles in here, anyways.
And yet here we are.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Taking what things? I took some tongues. I don't know if they can I don't know if they can be identified as goblin tongues. I don't know how unique goblin physiognomy is in that respect. Sure. 5 copper.
And this is.
I reach out and grab that tongue and then replace it with a different tongue and say, sorry, that was a badger tongue. They look similar. It's I got a lot of stuff.
He kind of looks at you. Looks at it and just goes. So a necklace of Claw Trail Council member, none of which are associated with any particular individual, and a goblin tongue. There are plenty of goblins that operate outside of my clan. I don't see a problem here.
We got information from a couple of different sources. For one, the poison that they used when I described it to Dwarf in Claw Trail. He said that they typically use a poison like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, the poison is unique to this area. He also told me that.
Okay, so you're kind of just try to recall knowledge then with medicine then. 21. It does not specifically come from mushrooms. That's not really not the effect. You wouldn't understand that the effect was it was almost like an itchiness. Oh, okay, all right. He kind of he kind of sits up there and just like scratches his head slightly and just. Okay. I'm sure you're trying your best here. What do you want? You just want to know whether or not we took a contract? Is that it? Is it the only thing that I can help you with?
It's more important who it was for. Because whoever it is trying to get in our way.
Whoever it is trying to get in your way. And once again, whose way is that?
Me and my team in our investigation.
You, your team, and your investigations under the authority of our.
You have your secrets, we have ours. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got yeah. He does. He just sort of sits there and eyes you guys up as much as he can. There's like you know you don't know if he's trying something, but it doesn't feel like he's trying to like intimidate you guys in any way. Mind you, he's still, even though a large goblin, fundamentally a small creature.
Mm-hmm.
But he just he seems to just be very deep in thought
Yeah.
at the moment.
What if, hypothetically, you had taken a contract like that? Who, hypothetically, might have been the person to hire you?
You see, Bucko, we take contracts because we are generally very quiet about taking contracts, or why we're, or at least who we take contracts for. And we only really get those contracts if we continue to stay quiet about it.
We're very quiet, and we'd like to keep this quiet.
Yeah, but you see, I don't have any insurance that you're going to keep this quiet. And I don't think that whether or not my team did it is going to matter if I just tell you, no, we didn't, or we got a contract and who did, or no, we didn't. It doesn't seem to make a difference to me at the moment. So unless you have something else for me, I don't think there's anywhere we're getting with this.
What would the information cost? Not necessarily in terms of money. What do you need?
What do I need? Tell me your boss. You're an investigator. You said it's an investigation, so I assume you're one of the security companies. I'll tell you right now. I know we're a mercenary group. Yeah, it's pretty easy. We do mercenary things. When people pay us, we go out and we do it. So if you're part of one of those security groups, you tell me which group. You tell me who your boss is, and you give me your assurance that you don't go to the Tensport guard with it, and we might have something that we can go off.
Okay. That sounds fine. That I'm willing to communicate. We're with Zarpov Investigations. Our direct supervisor is Director Roz. The company owner is Zaz.
He looks, and he kind of thinks a little bit. Yeah. Okay. You're looking for whether or not we took a contract, and we did. And we took it for the council.
The Trail Council, I'm assuming.
Yep. Anything else you need?
I'm just gonna say the name Dallin Fry, just outright, and see how he reacts.
The entire room actually very much shifts as you just like blurt out the name.
Yeah.
Everybody looks directly at you guys,
Yeah.
and there's an instantaneous shift. As the even the people at the door seem to get a little more tense.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you're aware of him. Great.
So I assume you're sniffing him out? I mean, you're a securities company, so of course you are. It's not like you're going to be, I don't know, working with him in any way.
We're working on him, you might say. In that regard, he is out and about again, if you hadn't already heard.
Hmm.
And I know that he has some history with Claw Trail.
Hmm.
Now, given your reaction, I'm assuming you don't have a positive relationship with him.
Okay. I have a question for you.
Shoot.
As Zarpov, or
Hmm.
as at least as representatives at the moment of Zarpov, are you looking to stop Dallin?
Stop or contain, one of the two.
I see. He kind of he looks you guys he looks at you guys again and goes, "We have opinions of Dallin. So does the council. I just want to be very clear that where you work and what you stand for and what you're a part of may not line up well with Mr. Fry."
Oh, we're very
Oh,
aware.
we're aware of this.
Well, you're aware of a few more things now. So where do you go from here?
Wow.
Well, now that we know who was hired to go to Azra, we were concerned that they might be in our way or trying to stop us. We'd like to be able to talk to or meet with them, find out why, or it may have just been a coincidence.
I could not tell you their motivations. We take jobs. We execute on jobs as best as we can. And that's the extent of our questions.
Mm.
I'm sure the council wouldn't mind talking to you at some point. Just know that they're not nearly as friendly as we are.
Yes, you were very welcoming. Is there someone on the council you would suggest would be best to approach?
Best to approach for what purpose?
That would be
Okay,
willing
we just
to
wanna
talk to
know-
us.
Do any of them often travel through isolated areas, or not have a lot of people around them, or walk through dark alleys? Or we just like to know these kind of things for making friends.
Well, I can tell you right now that all of them walk through Claw Trail, and if you know anything about Claw Trail, is none of us walk alone.
Inconvenient. True.
I was more thinking who would be the most receptive, who is maybe a dissenting voice against the actions that they took against Azra.
Or alternatively, who is the physically weak?
Yeah, he looks at you guys and just, you can ask for the former Huntmaster. He is usually the most friendly to your type. But even he might be a lot.
Orcs, presumably.
He means pigs.
Uh,
Hmm.
he actually goes, no, we don't mean pigs. We mean.
Well, you mean
uh,
pigs in more of a metaphorical sense.
Oh yeah, I mean the metaphor is there, I suppose, but I mean, it's city folk. So it's interesting because I don't. Not you all look like. You all look awfully weird to be a group running around from an investigative company and doing city-related things. One of you looks like you dropped out of a swamp. The other one of you looks like you should be raving around a war band or somewhere. You look like you this
You're the
this,
swamp guy, I think.
this one this
That's what I got from that.
one of you looks like you should be reincarnated multiple times in hell. And then actually surprisingly you're the most normal one, but I mean
Thank you.
It still feels like you're probably got pack tactics written all over you.
Wait,
No.
which one's the most normal one?
I think that was me.
Yeah, he looks
No.
rich there.
I
Normal?
really look like a normal human, thank you very much. I don't have my ears or my tail out. I look like a normal human being.
I
I also look like a human being.
Um, sorry, continue.
To be clear, that's kind of the point where Director Roz's pet project.
Oh yeah,
Familiar with the A team.
Yes, we're the A team.
you're the A team.
Yes.
Yep.
I am Ace or Hannibal. Well, I'm also Mr. T. I'm kind of a mix.
You're like. There's a moment in which his actual demeanor just kind of shifts to like supreme shock, and it's just okay, A team. Oh, okay.
Look out from the
You
south.
guys, you know what? I'll even tell you. Yeah, go find the old former huntmaster. The man is probably too old, and still lives out in the woods a little bit of ways. But he is probably going to be the least likely to actually eat all of you alive.
Great.
He's the chode, all right? He's the chode.
He's just you guys. See, this is when I then realized that you guys are obviously very much from the city and not from around here. Yeah, he just like looks at you and and just like has this like look of absolute derision and just goes, yes, 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 it would.
I'm surprised he knew what behoove meant.
Hmm.
Well, it's because he almost has hooves, so it works.
Der- Derision is along the line of disgust.
Wait, it's
Yeah.
very much it's contemptuous ridicule
Contemptuous.
essentially. Yeah, it is. Yeah, he goes. Yeah, hilariously enough, the only surprised individuals here, are potentially your companions. Everybody else kind of just like realizes what's going on and looks away.
Yeah, I don't even bat an eye. We've met. I'm not changing the way I look though.
Yeah, the guy was just like, the people around here, the people in Claw Trail know me as the Tangle. That's all that really they really need to refer to me as. If you need anything else, don't mention my name.
Mm. Once work has disrobed and is prepared, and we're on our way out the door,
Mhm.
I do want to say back to him a little piece of advice. Historically, people called the rabble usually eat the rich and walk out the door.
A little jab to the ribs here as you walk out.
Also a legitimate warning. Those people will kill him.
Yeah.
Well,
Likely.
isn't that more implying they're going to eat you?
I don't taste very good.
But your name is Rich. What
I
else
meant-
could eat the rich mean?
People with money. Lots of
I
it.
can't see that being the case. I feel like other people are going to have my misunderstanding.
Sure, yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, somebody in this kind of group here?
Mm.
Yeah, even just like looking at looking around here, it seems pretty obviously like that these people around here seem to only really have what they have or need.
They're destitute for sure.
Yeah, it's really not that. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, even just looking around here, you can see that like people seem to be wearing exactly what they have. Yeah, you guys as you guys kind of walk out of this kind of the door there. The once again everybody in this the kind of opening just like stops. And then the one goblin who's kind of there was like, okay, these are our guests. They are leaving now. Yeah. Okay. Come with me. I will lead you out the archway. Please mind the traps. As once again he kind of just he starts marching almost robotically, as quickly as his little legs can carry him, to the other side of this opening. Once again, kind of ducking under that archway, and then slowly leading you guys back through the pretty rudimentary maze, to the outside, back where you guys had first seen those kind of
Mhm.
markings on the trees there.
Once we're outside, I'll ask him, can you point us in the direction of the former Huntmaster's house?
Former Huntmaster's house is that way as you kind of point. Once again, kind of further from the city. There's the trail seems to continue down, and just kind of like it starts winding between more trees and kind of a denser forest.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hopefully you'll be more careful in the future, young man.
Yes. Mind the traps.
Um,
Oh God. And then
Yeah.
he kind of just like his eyes continue now kind of have this like dead stare now as his grin is still kind of like plastered on his face, and he's like, oh God, and then just kind of slowly like now kind of waddles back in towards the camp.
all right. Now that we're outside here, I am going to take off my coat and sweater. I am wearing studded leather underneath.
Mhm.
And I'll take off my hat and jam them in my bag. So now I'm just wearing studded leather and pants.
Mhm.
I don't wear shoes anyways because I have null feet. And I'll like tear off the bottoms of my pants
Okay.
and
Yeah.
put some muss up my fur on my head and put some mud on my clothes, and I'm like, there.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That would be appreciated. I have 11 of 37 hit points. Expert.
So these heals get even better. Yeah, I believe it is. Yes. But I assume you're using you're using risky surgery, right? To treat wounds. Catch backtrack.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh, devastation. Oh God.
Excellent.
Ew.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Yep.
Mhm. Talk again? I don't believe I can.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
And I think you are literally the only one.
I can see your picture lighting up, but
There we go. All right, well, the stream, the VOD is going to be a little loose. That's unfortunate.
I mean, you could go back and record over yourself or something. I don't know. Anyways,
I can't because I don't save it. So
Oh, okay.
people can now hear. I just healed. I don't think I've really done anything. I'm gonna just update the stream. Sorry about that, guys. The main things that Work has done is he has removed his plate armor or his breastplate armor to look more in line with the people of Claw Trail. We've gone to the orcs that I befriended earlier to rest up at.
And you also successfully insulted the boss of the dudes.
Did I? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, that's basically it. There's gonna be a lot of very confusing parts, and I'm very sorry about that. If only I had noticed that earlier. Nobody's been talking in chat to let me know that my mic's been muted. Okay, so I healed you for 33.
Yay!
RP thing I wanted to do. I was going to ask the orcs if they had hide armor I could borrow and or purchase off of them.
Mm-hmm. As you ask them. They look around they're gonna go look around their tent area, and they're gonna pull out. It looks like a rougher kind of like hide armor here. But they're like, armor's not really meant to be borrowed. So, if you can spare 2 gold, we can hand this one for you.
Items. I can. Yes, I can. It's unfortunate, but I can do it. Okay. And then I will give them the 2 gold. I will change my armor over to hide. Which I think I can do here. Yes, I can. Okay, cool. So it changes my AC a little bit. And then I want to spend 10 minutes refocusing to get my heal back. Like my focus point.
Yeah.
And to do that, I want this hide armor to not completely cover him. Like, I want it to be like Craven. So he's got it like on his shoulders and stuff, but that's about it. And then I'm going to continue my face paint down the rest, like down my chest and stuff.
Okay.
Which is how he would have depicted himself in his earlier years.
Okay.
I am going to use my new general feat, Prescient Planner, and I am going to pull out a set of clothes that would fit in with Claw Trail and happen to fit Rin.
Oh,
What type of planner was this?
Prescient Planner. It says that any adventuring gear that I could afford and reasonably carry once per time between when we could have been shopping, I can literally just spend a minute and pull it out of my bag.
See,
But I have to pay for it.
I heard you say Prussian planner.
No.
And I was about to say, This
They're
is
efficient
a very
people.
weird. This is a very weird kind of like ethnic group to call out.
No, prescient planner. So yes, I pull out a set of like basically explorer's clothing that fits in better with the.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think Munt fits in just fine if it
And
weren't
for
the
my
gun.
disguise, I will take a medium-sized branch and have it protrude out of my backpack.
Yeah, yeah. In which case, yeah, you guys take some time to kind of get yourselves to fit in a little bit. As you guys kind of come out, as you guys kind of are like kind of preparing yourselves, the orcs that you guys are kind of hanging out with kind of give you guys the look and just kind of give you guys a little bit of a nod. They know that you guys aren't going to fit in perfectly, but actually like generally speaking in this area you can see that a lot of the people who have set up camp around here seem to also just give you guys a nod. It seems that like it's almost enough just to kind of try to show a little bit of respect to the to how these guys dress, and they'll kind of take that in stride. Um, as you guys kind of go through, continue to go through here, somebody notices, and then they kind of like walk on over. You guys can kind of see like a small goblin, and he kind of walks right up to Munt here and just goes, "Hey, brother Wark, we were wondering whether or not you would do well with this tunic."
Excuse me, Goblin. Did you just call Munt Work?
No, brother Wark.
This is because he told them that his name was Work last session.
Goblin?
No.
The big one is Work. That one's Munt.
No, the big one is Douglas. Yes, thank you. I will take this. You're very kind. I appreciate you looking out for me.
No, you are most kind, brother Wark. Thank you.
All right, you take care now. I put the tunic on.
Munt.
Yeah, these guys then kind of just, the one guy like backs up and just kind of gives a little nod and then just kind of runs off here.
Listen, I think they had a bit of a mix-up. So yeah, if they come up here, just call me Wark and call Wark Busker.
Douglas, apparently.
Or whatever. They probably won't.
So, Mon, have you once again told another group that you go by my name?
When did I do this the other time?
I feel like it's reasonable that our backstory, because you and I have known each other the longest, that then this may have happened previously in some weird antic that they've been through.
Oh, you're wondering if it's like the thing with the onion smuggler?
Yeah.
No, I did not tell anyone my name was Wark.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And you believe it.
I wouldn't lie to him.
I don't think I'm just kind of giving them the okay. It doesn't really matter.
All right.
It's gonna bite me in the ass.
Case,
it's gonna bite me in the ass so hard.
In which case, you guys gotta get yourselves prepared. And are you guys kind of planning on heading out towards the old Huntmaster's place today?
I think we were gonna rest here for the night and then do that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a
in which
long
case,
rest to heal.
Yeah, in which case, you guys gotta take your time here. There's still a few hours to the day, so you guys are kind of able to do, do some other kind of like incidental downtime things. Does anybody have anything that they would like to kind of, work on or get started on, things like that here?
I will make my new junk bombs for the day.
Okay, fair enough.
We don't have the cold steel on us anymore. We put that.
We buried it.
that somewhere. Damn. I want to psychometric that.
I don't think you want to do that.
It might hurt.
Yeah, might hurt a little bit. I mean, it was tied at the bottom of a lake with a dude for 30 years. I'm pretty sure the emotions on it suck.
Fine. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna scan and see if there's anything else in here that's like emotionally imbued.
Sure, yeah, because that was what, psychometric, what's it called, right?
Yeah.
Read psychometric resonance. Was that the one?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was the one. Getting a vision of associated emotions.
Yeah, I'll just go around sort of lightly touching things and see if anything gives me a bit of a spark.
Yeah, you kind of look around the area and you feel a lot of oh right, where was that emotion chart that I had pulled up last time? That guide to emotions that I was looking at. Where were we here?
Do I need to print you out one? Because I can do that.
Look, just because I don't know emotions, just it doesn't mean that I can. This is difficult. Just give me a second. Looking around this area, you get a lot of these people you can see seem to be near objects and things that seem to have a lot of frustration to them. And like that is overwhelmingly the primary feeling that you're getting in this area.
Okay. I think I am going to do a Recall Knowledge Society and just think of everything I've heard about Claw Trail and kind of prepare myself to play the role of someone from Claw Trail for this former Huntmaster.
Okay, yeah, no, it's so can you let's make that roll then?
So that's 21.
21. Yeah, you'll know that Claw Trail is very much a group that sticks to themselves a lot. From your knowledge of kind of how the city works, basically, Claw Trail being the most significantly inland section of this Tensport, is basically the frontier. These are your guides, your wilderness guides, your tanners, but also like these are also the people who find local tribes and trade with them. They are local bands and trade with them. This is it is a lot of people who are not very good with the city, and kind of like the intricate politics, the intricate social ladders and interactions and things like that, and very much just kind of live in their own bubble of survival.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of traditionalists out here, and a lot of people who, while are very spiritual, don't necessarily are not necessarily behooven to classical religion, such as a god or something like that. They might often just refer to God or gods without referring to any single one. And also they might refer to spirits or entities without ever referring to any single one. It's very much that kind that type that very almost tribalish energy. They all have their own groups, and you're struggling to recall specific groups, even though you've now met the Tangle. But a lot of but you know that they're very at the end of the day, they're fundamentally still act as a community in a way, in some way. Particularly because you know that like their standing within Tensport has not been historically very high. They've really only been influential really at the very beginning of Tensport's creation. Um, and you've heard stories of how kind of the people of Claw Trail really helped set up the city for success by setting up inland routes and things like that. But nowadays, there's so little of that. Like you
Okay.
know that it still happens, and you know that they still do play that role, but it just doesn't come up as an important part of what they do anymore. So
Okay.
you know that they're generally an underappreciated people, very much kind of stay away from the classic niceties. Um, and also, as you would have noted with the Tangle as well, followed pretty rigid social structures regarding who is on top, um, and what is essentially everybody else.
Okay. Speaking of history, you said that there were some local tribes and stuff like that here.
Mhm.
Were gnolls of those local tribes, or did gnolls come here and settle?
There are some Knoll tribes. You have not seen any in your lifetime. Nor I wonder, would you have asked your parents? Would that be something that you would have done
Yes,
in
definitely.
your history? Okay. In which case, you would know that like your family specifically came from a group that essentially was here near the beginning of the city's creation,
Okay.
but basically kind of just assimilated into the city. There are they kind of talk about how there are still Knoll bands out there, um, and every once in a while but they kind of, how do you put it? They've always tried to distance you when they talk about it. They've always tried to be like, yeah, there are other people that are kind of like us, but they've never tried to draw the parallel of like, that's your heritage, those are your people, sort of a thing.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. In which case, you guys take your rest for the day here at this camp. Unless anybody else has anything else that they would like to kind of do here.
The only notable thing is I am going to drop out of my human form and change into my monster form because it is a concentration thing. So it drops when I cast spells. And what people might notice is a little different is whereas before I had one tail, I now have two.
Neato.
Yeah.
Sprout.
And she also seems a little excited about having the two tails.
So do we get a benefit from a rest?
At this point, yes, we're going to. If nobody else has anything they would like to do, let us benefit from a rest.
Before we rest,
Mhm.
because I get my focus point back on a rest, can I heal myself first and then rest so I can get my back?
Yeah.
Okay. So I get
Yeah, you guys all know
another-
that this area seems pretty secure and pretty safe.
Okay,
Anyways,
so
there's like
in
all sorts of people around, right? So
in that case, could I? While everybody else is doing other stuff and talking and thinking, can my thing just be to like pray and heal that night so that I can actually be at full health?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait, 12 doesn't even. I heal for 12, then it only puts me to 47. I'm like, still, I haven't been at full health since like session 1 because of how resting works. Because you never actually heal to full.
Oh yeah, you really don't, huh?
No, it's the like it makes actually trading wounds like kind of important. But like I said, I have like I can heal and then spend 10 minutes praying to get my heal back and then do it. Like I can keep doing that as long as we have downtime. Because my heal is based on my focus point. So I just need to refocus to get my heal back.
I understand.
So that's good. I am now full health. Does anybody else need more HP or is everybody else now full?
I'm full.
Okay.
I'm full.
I don't know if I've lost HP in this campaign.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, it means that Rich and I are doing our jobs. Rich has lost more HP than I have, though, probably.
Oh yeah, I've been getting the hell beat out of me on a regular basis.
Hey, AC dodging is still tanking sometimes.
True. Did you know that hide armor is only 1 AC less than breastplate? Based on how I have my character set up.
Huh. Interesting. All right. In which case, yeah, you guys getting the benefit of a rest. Please make sure to, complete that. In which case, you guys wait out until the beginning of the next day here. To set off. Looking around the area, a lot of these people have started shifting around pretty early in the morning. Most of them try to kind of get a move on with the day. You know that a lot of their business has to do with time of day, making sure the traps are out, making sure they're catching things nice and early. And so a lot of kind of commotion has started very early in the day, even just before the sun has risen. You guys kind of are able to get up. You guys upon kind of getting up here, you guys notice that the orc group that had been here, a lot of them are kind of packing some of their stuff and getting ready to go. They have their tent kind of still in the area and still the kind of the fire pit that they had. And on top of that fire pit here, they have a pot. As you guys kind of wake up, they kind of look in your guys' general direction, and then just point at the pot on top of the fire. Give you a thumbs up, and then they head out.
I thank them.
As you guys kind of have your fill of what seems to be just a almost like a savory porridge for breakfast.
I love meat for breakfast.
Mm,
In which case,
I truly do.
in which case, you guys are able to move forward here. We're heading to the former Huntmaster's quarters. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. In which case, you guys can head back out along that trail, going down the hill slightly, and it kind of start winding along the path here, going past the Tangles domain, and continuing forward as the trees get thicker and the entire area seems to get darker, but also lighter at the same time as the sun starts kind of cresting up and into the sky. You guys are able to kind of you guys continue on as the trail seems to become even less defined, as it just becomes really a set of trees that kind of lead you along, and but underfoot things look about the same as everywhere else. There just happen to be no bushes here, basically, and no underbrush here. But being walking along the way here, you guys are able to see that every once in a while there is what look like a set of small totems along the way. As you kind of walk past the first one, it just looks like a what looks like a kind of like an old tree that is that's kind of broken off and just fallen down, likely due to some root rot or something like that. But in it, you guys can see that there's part of it that's kind of been carved out into what looks like some sort of a hollow, and then from the wood in that tree, it looks like somebody has made what looks like a small bear-like totem. As you guys kind of walk a little bit further, something a very similar sort of thing happens as well, where once again another kind of a tree that had kind of that snapped part way up. At the very top of that snap, there seems to be an area slightly cleared out, and from the wood of that tree, seems to be another totem. This time of some sort of a bird.
Can we determine what type of bird?
Sure. Make me a recall knowledge nature, please.
How about a 13?
How about a 13? This could either probably be a like hummingbird or maybe a bald eagle. Kind of hard to tell at this point, and from this angle.
Okay. I'm just thinking maybe there's a puzzle at the end where we gotta know that it was bear, bird, Battlestar Galactica, you know.
I'm keeping my eyes out for the tiger and the lion.
Options for hummingbird and bald eagle.
It's worn away. I'm very bad with birds, apparently.
Those feel like opposites on the bird spectrum.
It does feel a little dubious, doesn't it?
Or this person is just really bad at carving.
It is. It is bird. It is not a type of bird. It is just bird. Like when a kid draws a bird.
It's an off-brand generic bird.
Yeah.
The last one could have been a bear. It may have been a cougar. I don't know. This guy needs to
It could be a
work on his
dog.
Sculpting.
It could be a man in a bear costume.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been a man bear pig.
In a pig costume. But yeah, you guys.
Could have been a bear in the bird costume.
You guys continue on, and again, there seems to be another totem carved into a broken. This time, just what looks like seems to be a large log that at one point probably spanned across this pathway, but has since been kind of cut out so that people can continue to walk through here. And through on one of those sides, it seems to have once again hollowed out an area, and there seems to be the shape of a boar in that log.
Okay, so we got bear, bird, boar. I'm expecting badger next.
Yeah.
But you guys, as you guys can continue walking along, and you now is kind of looking out for the next Battlestar Galactica or Badger.
It could be baboon.
Or bovine.
Bumblebee. Anyways.
Oh, good God. But the imagery seems to shift quite swiftly here. This next one, instead of being, your anticipated animals, seems to be carved out of a large rock and boulder in the area. It looks almost turtle-like, but with the firm exception of the head, does not look like a rounded turtle head, but instead like like a sharply angled head shape with very sharp eyes as well.
Okay.
Hmm.
Does anybody recognize this animal? I say to the group.
What am I rolling? Arcana or
Nature, I'm assuming.
nature or
Yeah, this would be a nature recall.
okay. It'd be some
I
kind
think
of
that's
magical
Hemorph.
beast. Do. I am trained in nature, but that's wisdom based, so I'm not as good. So 14.
14. It it seems like a turtle enough. But it seems to have but maybe very similarly to that bird, has some liberties taken with it. Because like you remember that they from that angle, Work had been kind of noted that it kind of might have flipped between one type of bird and another type of bird. Can't really tell, but it's definitely a bird. In this case, it looks like it looks mainly like a turtle, mostly like a turtle. But it almost seems like this is like the realm of art as opposed to resemblance that they're trying to provide here.
That or somebody out here would be making chimeras.
Alright.
Uh,
I'm also gonna see if I can figure out whether this is maybe something more mystical, rather than like a.
yeah, what are you looking for here?
Um.
To do?
So I could either try and roll nature or arcana, or I could also try and roll occultism.
Give me an attempt at occultism here.
Okay, that's actually not terrible. That is a 19.
19?
No, 19.
No, 19.
Yeah. So, this actually looks not very similarly to, uh, as you look at it, like you see the resemblance to turtle, and but one thing that kind of rings true to you as well is you recognize that a lot of this area, because they are a very down to the earth, nature-y kind of group out here. You get the kind of feeling that this is probably a depiction of a nature spirit of some sort.
I'll just sort of relay that of like, these sort of look more like they're trying to depict some sort of like natural spirit or gods or something like that. Like, a little bit more mystical of a bird or turtle or.
I see.
I don't know of these spirits.
Well, it's fairly regular for the people of Claw Trail to worship various spirits. They don't even necessarily name or specify them.
My people, they did not worship spirits. They things were much darker.
Okay.
You guys,
I've met a few lesser spirits. It can be fun. And I
as you-
just keep walking.
yeah, as you guys kind of continue on here, it's got this kind of weird, these kind of weird shapes coming in and around. Eventually, you guys kind of make it to a series of kind of wooden panels that seem to be set in front of a stack of rocks. It looks like maybe like, a few boulders that have kind of been piled in a mound-ish shape. A large kind of in front of it, just wooden panels that seem to have like been strung together But they kind of just sit in front of that stack of rocks there.
Be some kind of cairn or burial site.
It definitely could be. You've seen kind of this type of a thing before. It is possible that it is also possible that some person lives there, but also very possible that this is just a way to kind of like block out something. There's also the distinct possibility for this area that maybe they're trying to hide something or protect something from the elements.
Is it maybe like a lean-to of sorts?
As you look at it, once again, also possible, but a lean-to generally has space on the sides for somebody to kind of walk through. You don't really need, like, you're not going to be moving anything. In this case, it looks like it completely encloses something, or at least completely covers any opening that there might be.
Okay. I go up to the wood. I knock.
Yeah. You give it a knock, and from what feels like probably over maybe just past that rocky that pile of rocks there, you can just hear I'm over here.
All right.
I look over there.
Yeah. You look over at where that voice came from. You can see a little. You can see basically a large brush area. That then seems to lead slightly further into a set of trees.
All right. Let's go that way.
You guys start going walking, in that direction.
I will manifest my shield onto my back.
Okay. Yeah. You guys walk out that way. And as you kind of break through a little bit of shrubbery, you can see this guy, like an old elven man who's just seems to be like kind of like hunched over a patch of ground here. His back to all of you guys. But he seems to have a very frail figure, and just seems to kind of like be like what looks like digging. And as he eventually kind of says, "I'm over here if you need me."
I walk up to him and I say, "Can I assist you in your task?"
Yeah, he turns around, looks up and looks further up to kind of see the rest of work here. Is this? Oh, city folk. Yeah, oh, of course. Here, please, grab this. Take the shovel, will you? Actually, I'm pretty much already done with that one. Actually, here, can you grab this hoe?
Sure.
Hands that to you. Just start from over there. I just want to make sure that this is all ready to plant here. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I start.
Is there another hoe or just the shovel?
There's a shovel there. He seems to only have tools for one here.
I will use the shovel similarly to a hoe. Like I'll drag it. It probably will be less effective, but it will still be getting work done.
Yeah. Can I just quickly get the both of you to just make general athletics checks for me?
And do 22.
25.
Hey, looks at both of you. Oh, good work. Well, what can I help you fine folk out with as you guys help me out?
We presume you're the hunt master?
Who, me?
The
or
former.
former huntmaster.
Oh, no, you're looking for the guy over the ridge here, actually.
Oh.
Sorry for the confusion. I just assumed that you guys were out here looking for carrots.
Well, no worries. We appreciate the directions.
Yeah, no, of course. Here, take a carrot.
No. Do we look that much like city people? We tried our best to blend in.
Oh, but you don't really look like city people. You smell like city people, though.
Does he smell like city people? And I point to Munt.
Oh, he smells more like city people than anyone. He's been climbing around in sewers.
Yeah, I'm the pure distilled essence of a city.
He truly
Smells like the
is.
New York alleyway.
He truly is all city. I'm not going to lie to you. The rest of you are probably remotely passable with a few days, but that one I don't think you could wash the city out of him.
Nor would I want to.
Yeah, he kind of hands you guys each a carrot and just, thanks for helping though. I'm sorry for causing any confusion here.
Oh, no problem at all. Take
Yeah,
care,
so
sir.
and he's just like, so it's just not on this path, but just kind of he points over where it seems to be like another rocky outcropping, and just over top of that.
All right, cool.
Wait a second. Is this Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh?
I mean, he's an elf, though.
Yeah, but I was just thinking about how you described his house.
Well, he wasn't mad at us, so probably not rather. In my recollection, Rabbit was kind of a dick.
Well, no,
No,
Rabbit was a dick
I was
because
looking
people
right
bugged
at it.
him. Anyways. Continue. We go over the ridge.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. In which case, yeah, you guys go over top of the ridge here. And you see that this area has been pretty much like flattened and cleared. Which seems to be really odd for this area of this area of the woods. You guys are pretty deep in there now, and usually the trees, even where, who we will now call him Rabbit,
Nice.
was kind of like gardening. He was kind of gardening even between these between trees here. But this area, not only are there like no stumps here, but it seems to be completely flattened out. All like what looks like compacted dirt. And looking over this area, you guys can see that there's a tree kind of growing off on the other side of that. It seems big and gnarly, but almost seems like it's and even though it looks like one tree that's grown in, there seems to be seems to be almost made of like a lot of other trees that have kind of grown in and around it themselves to produce some sort of a structure. And in there, you guys can see that there's what seems to be some sort of a doorway that has been that's been created out of a lot of the kind of overhanging roots and vines on this tree that have just kind of been knotted together and woven. You guys kind of, as you guys kind of climb over the remainder of this rocky outcropping, and step onto this kind of the flattened surface. It kind of feels like it echoes on the wind a little bit. It's as it just a voice seems to permeate and just say, "Who goes there? Who is this?"
Just some visitors.
Visitor.
We mean no harm.
No harm, you say. Good. Continue then. You guys step forward and continue walking towards that dwelling there. The roots part a little bit as it seems to lift all as one, and out here stands a very small, very frail looking rat.
Like muntrat or like a literal rat?
Like a munt rat.
Okay.
Is he the same type of rat?
Munt, there is nobody quite like this, like your type of rat.
I just want to know if he's like a tunnel rat or a shadow rat or what genus of rat folk is he?
Can you give me a? I don't even know what kind of recall knowledge I can get you here. I guess it's probably a society, right?
Yeah,
guess
that would make sense. Yeah.
Where did I write down this guy's freaking?
16.
I will get back to you because I'm looking for where I wrote down.
It could also be the cliffhanger. and next episode we find out what type of rat folk he is.
Yeah, because we are at the end. We now know there's a rat folk here, and that is we can end there.
Okay, let's call it there then.
All right, cool.
Good session, everyone.
All right, yes.
Good brush.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Sorry for the audio delays on my end. I hope that everyone can understand what exactly went on.
I'm pretty sure there was a non sequitur where you said something and I giggled and said the chode.
Yeah, yeah, I did refer to him as the goad. Was the goblin chode. I don't remember what they called him originally. But the chub. I think it was the chub.
Yeah, the chub. Something about him being fat for sure.
I know that also the intro of the stream was definitely muted, so if you don't know what's going on, you can also watch the recap on the YouTube channel, where you should subscribe to catch up on all of the videos I upload up there. And but yeah, I will. Sorry for the audio issues. We'll have that. Well, it's been resolved now, and I'll be sure to double check it next time. I will be live again for sure Sunday evening. I may do a small Saturday morning stream as well, but we'll see how that ends up when we get there. So yeah, thanks guys for tuning in, and we will be continuing next Thursday. Peace.